Hi, and welcome back to our Sprinter Build series. Today we're going to be building these slidey cabinet doors. In our last video we put up this mounting rail to attach the 80/20 framework to the van, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the cabinetry I've built here. So I'm not going to go through and show you every cut. You can look back at my channel and see how any number of other pieces of furniture, pieces of cabinetry, such as the galley and the overheads, I show all the tools that I use and the methods I use to cut the material there. So we're not going to go over that again here. But essentially what we've done is we've used this mounting rail and we've used angle brackets with carriage bolts to attach the framework to the back wall, and in addition we have places in the floor that we've utilized. And here I've got a bracket that goes down through a tie down in the floor. Originally I had this setup, this whole setup was scooted over and I had the bolt passing straight through the floor, but I felt the cabinet was too big. You're not going to see this. This is going to be inside another cabinet. And in addition, in the back, there's another tie down, and I drilled a hole through it and it drops down, and so it's tied into the floor there. The front of the framework is tied into this, which this is tied into the floor. And this is also tied in other places. So that's how we attached this to the van. And of course it is rock solid. Now, I've used angle brackets for most of the corners, but there are places such as here where we couldn't use an angle bracket, and that's because we are using these profiles. This is one that goes up on the top, and here's another profile that goes down on the bottom. You can see it has some rolled edges, and that allows you to set 1/4 inch wood in these and turn them into sliders. So they mount here, just they drop right into the slot of the aluminum. So that's what we've done. We've got one here, and then of course on the top. So we'll put our sliding doors in there. But because we're doing it in that way, we needed to use these hidden fasteners. Otherwise, our sliding door track would have had to stop for the angle bracket. Obviously, that wouldn't look good. And in addition, I've put some aluminum angle attached to the slots to put in a little shelf. And I have it sitting, I didn't just put it up on top here because I needed all the space I could get from my microwave and camp stove. The plan is over here, plywood's going to sit up on top and come up even with these. And there'll be another structure across here, and that will be my daughter's bed. I can throw some plans up to show you what I had in mind there. So, we also have an outlet. This is actually the first outlet in the van, so it's a GFCI, and all the other ones are tied into it, which makes them GFCI as well. So other than that, we just have it angle bracket bolted together and using some of these anchor fasteners, and it's sturdy. So now we're going to put some wood up, and it's going to look really good. You take a measurement between here and here, and of course the length that you want. We left a little bit of overlap here so that you can't, from the back, look through and see inside the cabinet. So these are, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches longer than they need to be. And then you just cut the bamboo, and we, using a Forstner bit, cut some simple holes in it rather than handles. If you put handles on it, the doors can't bypass each other. And finally you put some semi-gloss polyurethane on it, and that's what we're going to start with today. Is we've already cut out the panels, and now we're going to put the polyurethane on them. And I've been using 3 coats of this semi-gloss polyurethane on the bamboo. Now we have our bamboo plywood cut to fit, and these are designed so that you can lift up into this track and they will pull out so you can remove the doors. You don't have to take apart this framing. The only problem is that these do rattle going down the road. So a viewer of this channel gave me some advice who has done this project prior to me finishing mine. And he told me that they were able to take self-adhesive felt and put it on the back side, on the top and bottom, and that would eliminate the rattle. So what we need to do, even though these are all finished now, is we're going to run this through the joiner, and that will remove just a little bit of material off the bottom and make enough room for the felt. So we'll join it. We'll have to put some more polyurethane on the bottom, get our felt in there, and get rid of this rattle. Now here's what I ended up doing with the felt. Is I put the felt on the back of the door, and it was too thick to allow the door to slide very well. So I basically put it on and then just tore most of the felt off. This is not a perfect solution, but I put the doors in and went for drive and they did not rattle. So I'm going to use this for now, but eventually I'm going to see if I can find a little bit thinner felt. My friend Russ is really good at woodworking, so he gave me a significant amount of help with the countertop. And at first appearance it looks like we put laminate over a 1/2-inch sheet of bamboo, given the bamboo edge here, but that's not the case. The bamboo plywood is pretty expensive, and so we were able to take a piece of just standard 1/2-inch Baltic birch plywood, and we glued and clamped this. This is basically 1/4-inch bamboo that we trimmed 1/2-inch high and just glued it onto the faces of the cabinet. The only part that you can see is here and on the back. So there's 2 portions where the 1/4-inch bamboo was glued to the front to give the appearance of a full sheet of bamboo. And then from there you just take your sheet of laminate and contact adhesive, and you put the contact adhesive on the back side of the laminate and on the top of the plywood, let it get tacky, and then you basically put a bunch of round sticks, rollers, whatever you want to call them, down. You lay the laminate on top, and then starting in the middle, you pull the stick out, press it down, pull the next stick out, press it down until you've gotten all the way out to the ends. Then you take a roller, just roll it flat, and then you trim the edge. And in this case, the easiest way to trim the edge was to take a router, set the bearing surface on the end and basically trim route it around. So you cut off the excess all the way around, and then using the router, put a 45 bit in it just to put a little bit of a tapered edge on the top of the countertop. So that came out really nice, so big thanks to my friend Russ for that. As far as attaching the countertop to the structure, I used 6 angle brackets. So I've got an angle bracket that's in the slot of the 80/20 here, and then we have a bolt going up into a nutsert in this. So we have a metal threaded connection in the bottom of the plywood. So we have 6 of these that support the countertop. So it's as simple as that. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.